Hello, my name is Dr. Dean Nelson, and you're watching this probably because you're going to come to one of my retreats either here in Hawaii or the ones I give in the United States. And what I'm going to teach today is one of the simplest things in life. It sounds so simple to say, be here now or just be present. But to sit down and have the courage to be with yourself turns out to be quite a difficult thing. What we confront is how much noise there is between our heads altogether, and how busy we are, and how worried we are, and how there's this low-grade anxiety going on all the time in our lives. So as simple as it sounds, I'm going to teach you how to be mindful or calm abiding. The actual practice sometimes is quite difficult and takes a fair amount of courage. You could even say it's the manual labor of learning how to actually belong in this world, how to be present, how to actually be with yourself. You know, I always hear, I can't meditate. People say that to me all the time, and I'm afraid really what's being said there is that you haven't learned how to actually make friends with yourself. You haven't learned how to be with yourself altogether. So what I'm saying is, that being the case for most of us, we're actually quite used to all this noise in our head constantly going on and on and on. Start very, very simply and gently. Don't start your workout program with 100-pound dumbbells or going out for a 26-mile marathon. Start out with 3 minutes. And again, a retreat situation where you're doing this very brave thing with other people is almost absolutely essential for learning how to calmly abide or being mindful in your life. But don't think you're alone. People are constantly saying, I can't do this, but you're always practicing something. You're either practicing being worried, anxious, and regurgitating your life, or you're practicing how to calmly abide. So it's a little bit of an either-or situation about claiming something in your life. Do you want peace? Do you want happiness? Do you want to be able to celebrate your life? Sooner or later you're going to have to sit down and make profound friends with yourself and what it is to belong to the present, to this earth. The practice itself is actually extremely simple, and again, as I've said before, that's somewhat what makes it difficult. There's 3 parts of it. One having to do with body, one having to do with breath, and one having to do with what I call humor. So the body piece I'll go into right now, and again, it's very, very simple. You sit like a king or a queen. Like a king or a queen right before they're about to make a command in their life, right before they're about to move their scepter and go into action. So there's a sense of strength and a wakefulness and dignity, and the spine's held very, very tight, or very straight, but not rigid, just like a king sits, a queen sits as she or he is about to declare themselves. The eyes are gently open because this is an awake practice. This is not an away practice or not an in practice. It's not an asleep practice. This is a awake, belonging practice. So the eyes are open, the hands are gently resting on the lap. And first you just allow yourself to settle into the simple dignity of this posture, the simple profundity of this posture. Now I emphasize something here, which is notice how there's this sense of welcoming, almost a small rejoicing, of allowing yourself to come back to yourself. Notice how good it feels to have nothing to do and nowhere to go. Literally allow that to bring some sort of inner joy to you. No big deal, nothing religious, nothing spiritual. Just the joy of finally giving yourself this profound gift. I experience almost a small heartbreak as I literally say hello to myself again, and there's a sense of almost sadness, like, boy, I've been out there again, haven't I? I've missed my world. I've missed myself. Now, this period could last quite a long time, but obviously this is an instruction tape. So the next piece is you need a slight anchor. Even now, even as we sit, I'm sure some of you have already gone off to check your checkbook, or regurgitated the discussion with your wife, or worried about something, or visited Rome, or gosh knows what. So you need a slight anchor, and that anchor is the coming and the going of the breath. But it isn't like coming, going, breath. It's coming and going of the breath. Very beautifully and relaxed, like a light awareness. Because your gaze and your senses is still taking in the world, not censoring it. No problem with your world. You're a king, you're a queen. This is your kingdom, this is your queendom. You don't need to leave it. You belong to it. So you allow a slight focus on the breath to anchor you. Again, this is such a profound thing, so simple, but the breath has to do with inner and outer, of the actual reason you get to stay on the planet altogether. I'll go into the profundity of this in the retreat, but right now it's just instruction. King-Queen pose, gaze, senses open, light touch and awareness as an anchor to the breath, so that you have somewhere to actually call home. And then the final one is ga-bing, ga-boom, you're thinking. You're off in space. You're off writing the next Gone with the Wind. You're off worried about this afternoon and this morning. You're off, off, off. Millions of things take you off. And here's where the humor comes in. With the most gentleness and complete non-judgment, you have a little smile come on your face. Because now you've noticed you're off. You've noticed you left. So that means you're now aware that you left. So there's a time, it's just this little smile, like, wow, that's interesting. I was actually trying to harmonize my mind and body. So it isn't a long discourse, it's just this little smile as you notice you've been away. And you come back, your king posture, your queen posture, your breath, and this slight smile. The smile that carries you quite a long ways in meditation. As you learn how to gentle yourself, as you learn how to belong and be in this world, to be in the present, to calmly abide in your life. It has a bit of a smile and a bit of a heartbreak to it. Now we'll be doing this for short periods of time, not longer than 5, 10, maybe we'll eventually get up to 20 minutes. But please, this is one point that's frequently misunderstood. You are not at war with your thoughts. You are not at war with any part of your world. This is about calmly abiding, training yourself to be present, the delightful, innate nature of yourself. Experiencing your brilliance, your wakefulness, your connection to this planet. This is not a punishment. So you're not trying to get rid of thoughts. You're just gently coming back. And what you do is you train yourself. It's a gentling process. You gently bring yourself back to your own nature. It'd be one thing if you weren't by nature part of this planet and belonged to it. If it wasn't by nature that you long to be present and to celebrate the totality of your senses in your life. But fortunately, it's a design feature that this is how you are designed. You long to belong to this world and to celebrate your life. So that is called calm abiding meditation, sometimes called mindfulness meditation. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy.